Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here, as I know that I haven't been posting really consistently this last while, and I'm just very grateful that everyone is here and that we are still on this journey together. So in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about faith in what it is that we are creating, but the understanding as well around things that are meant to be and all of that kind of stuff. So sometimes when we look at manifestation and we know that we are creating everything from our thoughts. We're creating everything from the person that we are deciding to show up as in our behaviors, our routines, our habits and our actions, and what we think and what we speak into existence. So a lot of the time when we look at the idea of things that are meant to be, we don't really take it into a full account when we know kind of how powerful we are, and we know that we are the ones that are ultimately creating. I do want to talk a little bit about why it kind of has a meaning when it comes to co-creation, but also when it comes to the faith that we instill into our manifestations as well too. So excuse me. For instance, you could have something that you're manifesting and there could be everything in the world that is telling you that this is just not going to happen, and all of these kind of impossible things that are coming up that are making you believe in things that are meant to be, or if it would happen, or if it was meant to be, it would have happened by now, and all of this kind of thing. And it could be the other way around as well too. Something can manifest into your life and may not be what you actually had intended to be, but maybe it's 80% of what it was that you wanted, and so you decide that this is what it was that was meant to be. But when you look at it from this perspective, you will see that you are still the one that is choosing the outcome. So if you have something that you're manifesting and 80% of it shows up, and you decide that, okay, this is actually, it's not fully what I want, it's not 100% what I want, but it's actually something that I want to experience right now, and it is something that I am willing to jump into. And maybe it'll lead me to the full kind of 100% of what it is that I want. In that moment, you are manifesting because you're deciding, you're thinking your thoughts, you're operating in the way that you are in that moment. Maybe you're not operating from your future self, because your future self would be the one that would say, no, I'm waiting for the 100% of what it is that I am manifesting. But in that moment, you're kind of willing to grasp it and take it, and you are deciding and you're choosing it. So that comes down to you actually creating it, because you are the one that brought yourself to that point in time, and you're also the one that decided it. So when it comes to things that are meant to be, we decide what is meant to be by the meaning and perception that we put on it. So even something could pop up in your life that you were not expecting, but it's actually really wonderful, and you decide that it was meant to be, or it was meant to be this way, excuse me, because you decide that you want to experience it. So what this says is that you're the one that is always putting the meaning on it. So it doesn't mean that you have to give up on things, and it doesn't mean that you have to decide things in a way that is not fully what you want. It just means that when you look at the thing that you actually do want, you know that you're the one that's always choosing it, you're the one that's always deciding, and you're the one that's always going to bring yourself to this moment in time. And so it's up to you about what you want to choose. So when it comes to the whole idea, as I say, if it's meant to be, we do know that we are creating it. But when it comes to the idea of faith, for instance, I myself am someone who looks at faith. I do practice it, and I do believe in things that are for me, in a way that, yes, I do look to the universe, God, and all of that kind of thing. But I also look at it from my own perspective as well too. When things are going maybe a different way outside in my reality that I don't want to experience, I always go within and think, okay, there's something going on within me that is obviously not so much in a mess, but it's not fully organized within myself, and maybe not in my peace. Usually if I look at my surroundings and maybe I haven't, or things are just a bit messy and things like that, I know then straight away that I'm doing too much in some area, and I need to kind of come back into myself. And I look at it from this perspective that when things are kind of not as I would like them to be organized and things like that, in the reality, then I know that there's something going on within my mind, or there's something going on within me that I just need to kind of take a few moments to actually reflect on and figure it out, because everything really is always inward. It's never outside. Your outside is actually showing you what it is that you want to connect to, and I suppose the build on the inside, what it is that you need to address, what it is that you need to acknowledge. Your outside kind of tells you that from how it feels. So if it doesn't feel good to have messy surroundings, that is because there is something within you that doesn't feel good to be messy in your mind, or messy in your routines or habits or actions. So you look at your thoughts, you look at what it is that you're doing on a daily basis, and you ask yourself, about the future self of me. Who is this future self that I am desiring to show up as? So when we look at things that are meant to be and things that didn't work out, if you look at your past and you think about things that didn't work out, but you look at it in a way that you are actually delighted that it didn't work out, that means that in those moments there was a higher self within you, but your future self was inspired in those moments to pull you away from whatever it was that you thought in that moment was meant for you. So you actually connected to your higher self, knowing that there was something more for you to experience. And that is why when you look back now at something that was in your past that you thought you wanted so much, and you kind of cringe at it now, because you've grown and you've elevated and you've realized over time that your future self stepped in, your higher self stepped in and guided you to the actual real true desire that was in you. Because everything that we desire comes from within. The amplification and the energy and everything that we put into it comes from within. It's never without. Now I know that things can inspire people, places and things can inspire us on the outside, but they inspire us to connect to who it is we want to be, to show up in the way that we want to show up, what actions and routines and habits and thoughts and words that we want to express as this person that we want to embody in our future self, or right now, to get to where it is that we want to be. So I wanted to do a video on that, and if you have any questions, you can comment down below. What do you think about this perspective? Do you believe in things that are meant to be, or do you believe that we decide ourselves? You can comment down below, or you can email me at any time as well. My email is in the About page. Thank you so much again for being here, and I will chat to you soon.